The Jedi Order's pretense of purity and unwavering adherence to the light side is for many a façade, as history has shown us through numerous Jedi falling to the dark side. It is well known that the Jedi's harsh response to such transgressions, with stricter doctrines and the shunning of all emotion, only further reveals their fear and weakness that ended in their demise. The revelation about the planet Splinter and the Dawn Temple, which we will explore today, is intriguing and aligns with the Jedi's deceptive nature. The existence of the secret rehabilitation center is a curious discovery. The Jedi, in their arrogance, believed they could cure those who had tasted the power of the dark side. And as we shall explore, such a facility and the dark techniques used suggests a level of control and manipulation that contradicts the Jedi's public image of benevolence and freedom. The mysteries of the Dawn Temple on the secluded world of Splinter are a tale shrouded in secrecy, far from the prying eyes of the galaxy. As we delve into this holocron, let us unravel the truths that the Jedi Order sought to hide. The choice of Splinter for such an outpost is indeed telling. A remote planet in the Spatra sector of the Outer Rim, chosen for its tranquility and isolation, is a perfect reflection of the Jedi's desire to conceal the truth of their own vulnerability to the dark side. They sought a sanctuary, a place where their faltering members could be secluded, away from the judgmental eyes of the galaxy. This spiritual retreat was nothing but a facade to maintain their illusion of unwavering commitment to the light side. Originally a modest outpost, the Dawn Temple evolved into something far more significant. As the Republic began to crumble and the Jedi faced mounting pressures, more of their number teetered on the brink of the dark side. The High Council, in their desperation to control this growing crisis, constructed the Dawn Temple not just as a meditative retreat, but as a rehabilitation center. This evolution marks a significant shift in the Jedi's approach to the dark, from denial to reluctant acknowledgement. The management of the Dawn Temple was tasked to a trio of gatekeepers: the Curator, the Warden, and the Jailer. The Curator, described as an elderly Syrian managing records and logistics, presents an image of benign administration, yet his role was integral to maintaining the functionality of this secretive facility. The presence of the Curator, managing the temple's day-to-day operations, signifies a methodical and organised approach to this concealment. His role, though seemingly mundane, was crucial in sustaining the temple's operations and, by extension, the Jedi Council's darker practices. Next was the Warden, a Zabrak of golden light, embodying the role of defense and security within the Dawn Temple. The Warden's primary concern was with the physical security of the temple and its inhabitants, rather than the philosophical or spiritual aspects of the Force. The Warden's focus was on defense, preparedness, and combat readiness, even within a facility which was supposed to be dedicated to healing and rehabilitation. The Jailer, as the third and final gatekeeper of the Dawn Temple, presents a fascinating paradox within the Jedi Order's secretive facility. Despite his ominous title, the Jailer embodies a more compassionate and rehabilitative aspect of the Jedi's approach to those who may have strayed from the light. His form, as a short, elderly Miraluka male made of pure white light, symbolises wisdom, experience, and perhaps a sense of purity or redemption. The Miraluka, a species known for their Force sensitivity and lack of physical sight, further emphasise his connection to the Force. As the Master's intelligence of the Dawn Temple, the Jailer's role is crucial. He oversees the care and treatment of those who have lost their way, guiding them back to the light. This responsibility aligns with the more traditional Jedi values of compassion, understanding, and the pursuit of redemption. Though his responsibility aligns more with traditional Jedi values, his control over the temple's immoral practices and systems places a dark cloud over his reputation. But the seemingly benevolent roles of these wardens, as well as the Dawn Temple's name, symbolising a return to the light, belies a deeper manipulation. It was not merely a place of healing, but a tool for the Jedi elite to maintain their control and suppress any deviation from their narrow doctrine. As we have discussed before, the Jedi, in their arrogance, viewed many other light side orders with suspicion, seeing some as heretics that must be brought down with the full force of the Jedi Council. It seems highly likely that the members of the Jedi who had not fallen to the dark side, but were simply following a different light side path to the Jedi, may have found themselves locked away in this secretive temple. Indeed, the fact that knowledge of the Dawn Temple was limited to high-ranking masters and select members of the Jedi High Council speaks volumes to their hypocrisy and hints towards the fact this was not some benevolent creation. The secrecy surrounding the Dawn Temple seems at odds with the Jedi's professed commitments to openness and guidance. It suggests a certain elitism within the Order, a belief that the rehabilitation and understanding were privileges reserved for a select few, while other lower-ranking Jedi were subject to harsher, more punitive measures such as imprisonment. This selective approach to dealing with those drawn to the dark side and emotion betrays a fundamental flaw in the Jedi philosophy: a lack of true compassion and understanding for the complexities of the Force and the individuals who wield it. The Dawn Temple, shrouded in the veils of secrecy, perhaps served a deceitful purpose, used as a shield to hide the Jedi Order's shortcomings. The tales of Jedi succumbing to the dark side, such as the notorious falls of Vader and Revan, were well-documented sagas. Yet, even the Order's golden era, often viewed through a lens of nobility and honour, harboured its own dark secrets. Many of its members, lured by the shadows of the dark side, strayed from their righteous path. This truth, however, was meticulously veiled from the galaxy, with the Order suppressing many of these transgressions. The Clone Wars witnessed a surge in such defections. Rav Naran was one such figure. Renowned for his valour and prowess, Naran stood against pirates, criminals and any other entities that dared threaten the Republic. His commendable feats and unwavering dedication to the Order marked him as a candidate destined for the Jedi Council. The outbreak of the Clone Wars, however, altered his trajectory. Naran was conferred the rank of Jedi General within the Grand Army of the Republic, an honour that he embraced with remarkable expertise. Yet, the war's relentless brutality and chaos stirred something sinister within him, awakening his latent, violent inclinations. Eventually, he succumbed to the dark side's seductive call. Garnering a relatively large following of like-minded Jedi, Naran embarked on a dark crusade, leaving a trail of devastation in his wake. His blade, once a symbol of protection and justice, became an instrument of destruction, claiming the lives of many, including fellow Jedi. Ultimately, the Jedi Order, recognizing the magnitude of his betrayal, intervened, leading to his downfall. The aftermath of Naran's fall saw him and his acolytes confined within the Dark Temple's ancient walls. Lost to time and memory, they remained in stasis, their existence almost erased from history. Intriguingly, even after the execution of Order 66, their imprisonment within the temple persisted, suggesting that the knowledge of this sacred place eluded even the Republic and its successor, the Empire. The Dawn Temple therefore stands as a testament to a troubling possibility. Was it constructed to obscure the alarming frequency of Jedi falling to the dark side, thereby concealing the Order's failures from the galaxy at large, adding a layer of mystery and contemplation to the already complex tapestry of Jedi lore? The treatment of those who fully succumb to the dark side at the Dawn Temple is also particularly troubling. The use of forceful imprisonment and mind-altering techniques under the guise of rehabilitation is more akin to the methods of a tyrannical regime than a benevolent order of peacekeepers. This stark dichotomy in their approach, a soothing retreat for some and a prison-like reconditioning for others, highlights the Jedi's hypocrisy and fear-driven policies. The indefinite confinement in stasis feels until the so-called treatment took full effect. This practice, far removed from the Jedi's proclaimed ideas of freedom and self-determination, illustrates a willingness to exert total control over those they deemed lost to the dark side. Whilst the lack of transparency and the permanent nature of this confinement raise significant ethical concerns about the Jedi Order's methods and intentions, the Dawn Temple mirrors the grim realities of old mental institutions, where indefinite confinement and questionable treatment methods were employed under the guise of rehabilitation. The fact that the Jedi Order, under the watchful eyes of Master Yoda, resorted to such measures reveals a profound dissonance in their philosophy. Unconfirmed rumours also swirl around the temple. Some rumours suggest that it was a place for not just rehabilitation, but for experimentation and control, possibly involving techniques to suppress or manipulate the dark side within individuals. This would be a very significant transgression of the Jedi, showcasing their hypocrisy and the lengths they would go to maintain their moral superiority. Their refusal to acknowledge and integrate the dark side as a natural component to the light led them down a path of denial, control, and ultimately deception. In their attempts to suppress and recondition those who fell to the dark, they demonstrated a disturbing willingness to compromise their ethics and betray their own principles. Apprentices of the dark path, let this holocron of the Dawn Temple serve as a stark reminder of the Jedi Order's ultimate frailty and hypocrisy. Their vain attempt to cloak their fear and weakness under a veil of secrecy only further cements their downfall. They sought to suppress and control the dark side, not realizing that in doing so, they were denying the true nature of the Force. The Dawn Temple, a monument to their fear and denial, was an endeavour doomed from its inception. Their methods of confinement and reconditioning, hidden away from the galaxy, betray the Jedi's own lack of conviction and understanding of the Force's true power.